All right, what's going on, everyone? It's been a minute since I've done an update video here. I'm all over the place right now, but yeah, I'm gonna give you guys an update because there's a lot of things moving at the same time right now. I do have like some notes here that I'll be looking off and reading occasionally, but let's get to it. So in the Emeroy TV side of things, I got a lot of content scheduled out. I know the consistency matters, especially for the people who have been waiting for the reactions. So we're gonna get started with that. We have a fresh batch of street dance of China coming out. I keep wanting to say Street Woman Fighter because I've been saying that for so long, but it's going to be coming out every Friday. So that's going to be coming out at least for the episodes 3 and 4 and their additional parts. And those of you guys who are first time joining and want to understand, we break these up into little parts because it helps with pushing and giving us a buffer in between the different rehearsals and shows that we're doing along with our regular work, because trying to schedule these things can be a little tough. So which is one of the reasons why I don't know if you guys have noticed it on the Patreon, but we kind of just watch some of these videos at least once every 2 months or even once a quarter. That gives us the space to handle our everyday lives. And then along with that, so all the music artists just for the dance practice reactions, that's all going to be coming every Wednesday. There's occasional moments where Max and I are hanging out, or Lauren and I are hanging out, or all three of us are hanging out, and we want to watch something, and we figured it's a really good show, and we just decide to record something for fun. It's nothing formal. Those of you guys on the Patreon, you guys have seen it. It's incredibly informal, because sometimes we're just eating and that's not as structured, I'd say. But yeah, those are going to be coming out every Monday, starting off with Stranger Things, the last season. And after that will be reactions to season 1, The Bear, and I think season 2. So there's a lot of action happening on the Patreon, a lot of Patreon exclusives. YouTube, I haven't forgotten about you guys. A lot of the music artists and the dance practice reaction videos are coming out every Wednesday as well. Just a little bit delayed from the original Patreon release. So if you guys want early access, you can either get early access here in the memberships on YouTube or on Patreon, whatever platform floats your boat, or you can just wait. In terms of the Patreon exclusives, it's been tricky trying to get a format that consistently doesn't get me in trouble for some reason. Not trouble in a bad way, but like where it's banned. I've made at least 13 to 15 iterations for just Street Woman Fighter season 1 to try not to get blocked. It worked for the previous episodes, but whatever I took there and applied for this current episode, it's not working. And all the sections that it's suggesting for me to trim out is essentially the whole show. So, and I even have resorted to using like an AI to try to see what I can trim out, and if that didn't work. And speaking of AI, I know everyone has their opinions about AI, but I've personally been using it for a lot of my own work because there's so much happening. So I've really just been using it to build some internal tools. The main one I've shared with you publicly is the fancam generator. It's been one of my favorite tools because it's been something that I've been looking for the past 4 years, maybe. I've made fan cams by hand specifically for our dancers, social media, and doing that part manually is a pain in the ass. So if you guys are open to checking it out, let me know. Comment down below, I guess, and I can send it to you guys. I know one of the mods, I sent it to them for them to use for their own K-pop dance cover fan cams as well, and because they've been sending me reports and bugs that I need to fix for the software itself. That's just one of the tools that I've shared with you guys. I have a whole bunch of other tools that I've created that I'm honestly pretty proud of because it's helped me with my workflow and what I see as an opportunity to help me become a better creator, and not just that, a faster creator. It's been helpful, particularly like in the moments of creating fan cams or even doing formations. I'm still doing the input, but I'm just creating the tools that I feel like have been missing for me personally, because there's always a tool that's close enough, but it doesn't have the feature that I'm looking for, and it's on another tool, and now I have to get multiple subscriptions, and I just want one super tool that has everything. On the dance side of things are getting busy pretty fast. I'm returning to Six Flags, co-choreographing with Lauren for another Halloween show. Well, more so the same Halloween show from last year, but it's more like the sequel from last year. And the concept last year was Margarita's Monster Ball, and I think this year is the same thing, Margarita's Monster Ball 2, But there's an actual title, but I jokingly call it Margarita's Monster Ball 2 Electric Boogaloo. It's a longer show, it's a bigger cast. We already got the first rehearsal done this past weekend. We got one number done, and we have to get everything ready by the end of September because that is when Fright Fest opens. So we have about a month and some change to get a full show together and teach the singers some choreography and all the formations. So it's going to be a fun run. Speaking of dance, at the same time, Temper Tantrum is building up towards their own show in November called MTTV, which is a play on the MTV era, which is called More Than the Videos. It has 8 numbers and singers, and I'm responsible for putting together about 16 numbers last quarter. The upside is that with Temper Tantrum, there's an artistic director and choreographers that can take care of that. My job is to essentially steer the ship and do a lot of the marketing and all that stuff. With Six Flags, I'm more definitely way more involved in terms of the choreography and also being a performer as well. I'm performing in both shows anyway, but there's a lot. This past weekend for Temper Tantrum, we focused on the Beyonce routine. The routine was definitely locked in. We finished about 85% of the routine. The only thing that we're really missing is the formations for the closer. I mean, the other things are transitions and cleaning, but the goal was to essentially get the skeleton of the routines. So for this upcoming weekend, we are going to be going back to work on both the Beyonce routine and the boy band routine, which I didn't get to share on this one, but it's a boy band routine. Essentially, I think it's all the iconic boy bands through the 80s, 90s, all that, who made an influence through the MTV era to the MTV VMA era. The boy band routine, the closer only needs formations. The For Beyonce, the closer also only needs formations in terms of the skeleton, and then the fine tuning, I define that as the transitions and the cleaning, which we'll essentially get to work on this weekend as well. So speaking of MTTV, our Indiegogo for that launched today. The main reason we're doing an Indiegogo is that we could definitely use help with the putting the show together, that especially specifically covering the venue, the crew that we're going to need. We need a stage manager, we're going to need a lighting tech, and a lot of those things cost money, so we can definitely use your help in putting this production together. So if you're interested in helping, link is down below or in the first comment. I'm going to cut it here because I got to go to somewhere right now. I might be at a different location, or it might look like a different time, but we're going to cut here right now, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey, I'm back. I'm wearing glasses, and I don't know how much of it that is going to look like in transition in post, but we're here. I'm determined to finish this update for you guys. Like I said, if you guys want to support the production or just get a pre-sale ticket, links in the description for the Indiegogo. In terms of other updates with Temper Tantrum, we're also making a new dance short film around the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, written, created, and directed by one of our dancers, Kat. I think it's been about 2 years at the point since we've done anything on set or on film, so I'm pretty excited for that. I love the aspect of telling stories through dance, and I also love the aspect that one of our dancers got to pitch an idea, go through the whole process of pre-production, production, and then bringing it into reality. I think the biggest difference for this one is that we're a little bit more low budget on this one. The last time we were all really dedicated on set was for the Universal Rhythm Revisited short film that we did, which was a lot of it was on set. This one was in the real world with a lot of variables. We were on a hiking path, so it was not exactly a controlled location, so that means we were dealing with heat, with bugs, the hikers and families actually walking through the earlier parts of the shots. Like I said, a lot of variables to work through in the moment. We were also dealing with the heat, so we made sure that everyone had food, water, everything. We want to make sure that we take care of our dancers. We're not just there to show up, do the thing, be hungry, be cranky, be thirsty, especially with the heat. We want to make sure that when we're doing the job, that we take care of our dancers as much as possible, especially dealing with circumstances like that. While the main cast was doing their thing, getting filmed for their scenes, shots, dance sections, everyone else who had some downtime went off to the other side and filmed some promo shoots, which you'll likely see here on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, either promoting the Indiegogo, promoting this film, or promoting our upcoming show. On shoot days, we really try to maximize the time that we have there. So yeah, it definitely took some work, but we got the shots we needed. Dancers showed up, crew stayed on it, and we only have one more shoot day left because we're only doing one dance film, which is unfortunately got delayed to October because of a scheduling mix-up. So we got Temper Tantrum has a dance film in the works, another show in the works, on top of Six Flags. So there's a lot of turnarounds. I'm excited, but I'm also trying to stay realistic about what really needs my time and what really needs to wait. And it honestly is really hard trying to determine like priorities, especially when a lot of things are pulling you in multiple directions, not just on the work end of things, but also on the personal end of things. All right, so that brings me to Vision Paradox, which is my marketing and production agency. The lead side, the client side has been slow. We had 2 leads a couple weeks ago, both fell through, but I did get an email last night for us to potentially work on a documentary, just discussing scope, rate, and the turnaround time. So we'll see how that goes. One of our clients is actually looking to expand the services with what we're doing with them and take it from just one channel to multiple channels. So yeah, that's where everything's at. A lot of reactions on the way. Temper Tantrum is pushing towards MTTV, finishing up filming for Orpheus and Eurydice. Lauren and I have Fright Fest coming up September, October. Vision Paradox is still moving, even if the leads and to slow down a little bit. So appreciate you guys watching and sticking through the channel and supporting the Patreon and supporting all the projects. And if you guys like these updates, let me comment down below. Maybe give me at least 50 likes on this video, because I know these types of videos aren't exactly the most watched videos on the channel. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here while I build all of this. See you guys next time. Peace.